Is it true, again, and I think this was in the piece that you referred to with Seth Wickersham, that the reason Gruden and Snyder didn't get along is Snyder called Gruden fat? Is that literally what the genesis of the feud is about? Like, that led to emails coming out and stuff like that? Or did Gruden call Snyder fat? Or is that what happened? Or is that what honestly, like, a fat shame started this thing?
Snyder and Gruden met up at a restaurant after a Monday Night Football broadcast years ago, and that's exactly right. Snyder called Gruden fat. Gruden responded, "I'll take your head and dribble it into the asphalt."
Okay.
And that's, I think, the last time they ever had a conversation together. Now, whether that's what motivated Snyder to green light, as we've had sources tell us, these racist and homophobic and misogynistic emails that Gruden wrote a decade ago to Bruce Allen, who was then the president of the team, I don't know. We had other sources say that Snyder did it to try to ingratiate himself with Roger Goodell, because Snyder last fall, or in the fall of 2022, I should say, was quite upset that he could not get back on the field and go back to owners' meetings. And he knew that there was bad blood between Gruden and Goodell, which we also lay out in that piece. And so, but, it backfired. It completely backfired because, as I say, just a week after these leaks to the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, Congress opened a wide-ranging investigation of Snyder personally, of the Washington Commanders, as well as the NFL. And that caused Roger Goodell to have to testify before Congress. If you remember, Snyder was dodging subpoenas in the Mediterranean on a super yacht from Congress. And it just was this drumbeat of bad headlines and more embarrassment that went on and on and on involving the Commanders, which I believe contributed to leading us to today in the sale.
So I imagine Snyder selling doesn't mean Gruden's going to stop giving up his hunt to figure out where those emails came from and get his pound of flesh, right? So where does that stand right now, Don?
Right now, that's before the Nevada Supreme Court, Rich. So you're absolutely right. Gruden has sued the National Football League and Roger Goodell personally, accusing the league and Goodell of leaking those emails and costing him his career and his $100 million 10-year contract. He sued in the state of Nevada. Gruden won at the district court level and with the appellate court. The league is trying to put the proceedings before arbitration, before probably a very friendly league lawyer, and keeping it out of the public. Discovery will be behind closed doors. But so far, Gruden has won. He's 2 for 2, and the NFL has appealed before the Nevada Supreme Court, and we will have a decision later this year. If Gruden wins, it's very bad news for the NFL because we will have discovery. We'll have the proceedings in open court. Goodell and others will be subpoenaed. And there's a chance that those 650,000 emails that were amassed in the Beth Wilkinson investigation, that the handful of Gruden emails were cherry-picked from, could also become public. And Bruce Allen has told people there's bad news in those emails for everybody in the league. So that is something the NFL is fighting very, very hard to try to stop.
Wow. So are you saying, based on all of this, Don Van Natta of ESPN, that if after that Monday Night Football game years ago, Dan Snyder walked up to Jon Gruden and say, "Hey, man, you must be working out, eating right. I mean, you look great." Like, he would still be the owner of the Washington Commanders? Is that what you're saying right now, Don?
I'm not saying that, Rich.
Okay.
There's too many other elements here, but that was certainly a spark of something. There was no doubt that was a spark of some very bad blood that continues to this day between Jon Gruden and Dan Snyder.
Yeah, I mean, you must be working out. Get up. What do you get up? 5 a.m? You're running. I mean, oh my gosh! Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.